to depart. What was my heart so empty all of me?
All right, folks, welcome back once again to the Tulsa Sound podcast. I'm Mr. Eric, and here is my co-host, Oscar Padron.
Hi, I'm your host, Oscar Padron. Welcome to the Tulsa Sound podcast.
I love you, man.
Oh, man. Mr. Eric, what a great pleasure it is to be back.
I'll tell you what, according to the Clapper, the last time we shot one of these episodes, it was the 4th of July weekend.
Goodness gracious. Well, we've been out of the studio way too long.
Well, you know, it's a matter of quality over quantity, I guess.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true.
This is true.
We're very excited tonight, guys.
Super guests tonight.
Great guests in the studio this evening.
For our fall show.
Absolutely.
Because we only do a show. Apparently, we only do one of these tapings every 3 months.
One per season.
So, you know, and that's the way it is, folks. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
love
you,
you,
audience.
Paul.
Yes, yes.
Love you.
Folks up on the mezzanine.
Yeah, mezzanine.
Great.
Don't want to forget them. So, anyway, Oscar, who have we got in the studio with us today?
It is my pleasure to introduce Kevin Price and CR from Kevin Price and the Closers.
Oh, man.
Good to be here
Welcome,
with you guys.
Welcome.
Welcome
Thanks
to
for
the
having
show.
us.
Tulsa Sound Podcast.
Welcome to the show.
So, Oscar V, you found these guys hitchhiking out on the beeline, right?
Yes, well, they both looked like they needed a sandwich, so I pulled
God
over
bless it.
and quick made them a cheese sandwich.
Oscar
on the
makes
spot.
the best chopped egg and mayonnaise sandwich I ever had.
Griffith's mayonnaise out of Muskogee, Oklahoma.
There you go. Yeah,
There you
nothing
go.
wrong with that.
Guys, we're fortunate to have two of the MCs from Oktoberfest with us this weekend, from this month. And we're going to talk about Oktoberfest and all the Tulsa bands that played there.
That was the Oktoberfest sound effect.
Oh, okay.
You can't hear it, but I can.
We had a ton of Tulsa musicians playing at Oktoberfest this year. In
Well,
fact,
that's right.
more than ever got
And
to
that's a great
participate. And it's a
That's a good
wonderful
thing.
thing. The Oktoberfest committee is great about hiring locals. Guys, if you're a local band and you're interested in playing out there, approach them. Please get your applications into them, your demos, and get yourself out there. It's a great gig. This year, more Tulsa musicians participated than any other year in the past.
Yeah, this year we had 12 tents with live entertainment.
My
12
Lord.
tents.
12 tents with live
That's more than
entertainment.
Tulsa
throughout the
State
weekend.
Fair.
It really is.
Wait,
for sure.
It really is. It really is.
It really is as far as live stages go.
But we've expanded the amount of tents we have, and the beauty of it is it wasn't just to include like more polka bands. It was actually it was done with the intent of bringing in more Tulsa bands, more local talent. So
That's
you're
great.
getting into the local breweries that have their own tents with Dead Armadillo, Cabin Boys, people like that.
For a long time, bands fought tooth and nail for those fair gigs just because
Yeah.
of that.
Right.
Incredible exposure. You're going to see more people on one of those midways in an hour than you might play to for the entire year in clubs, bars, theaters.
Absolutely.
Absolutely true. From what I saw, the bands were selling merch. They were raking in tips. This is a great opportunity for any Tulsa band that's ready to come out and play Oktoberfest.
Yeah,
Well, Oktoberfest is fun.
Yes.
Kimmy Hahn and her group, they're the ones that do all the booking and set up all the scheduling. And I'm telling you, her and her crew just do a phenomenal job in reaching out to the local talent. I mean, we've had King Cabbage there. We've had you name it, Paul Benjamin, Seth Lee,
Fused.
Weston Horn, Fused. I mean, man, you just name a band. They've played there.
Cassie Latshaw and Josh Westbrook were out there.
There
this
you go.
year. It was fabulous.
There you go.
Cody
It's like
Brewer.
a who's who of Tulsa Sound
Well,
podcasts.
Cody Brewer and Combsy were out there.
And then
in the
Steve
Cabin Boys
Lydell.
tent. Steve
That's
I mean,
right.
come on.
The one
fresh,
and only.
Fresh from Red Rocks, by the way.
Right.
Can I
That's
just
right.
mention that Steve Liddell played Red Rocks? Come on, guys.
Wow.
This is
Yeah.
our music scene.
That's
We're
a hell of
doing
a
big
load-in.
things.
If you don't chalk your case,
Yeah.
you're done for. I mean, it's like, but the loadout's fast. Just let it go.
Let it go and find it in Arizona.
Right.
Indeed.
As a matter of fact, we want to congratulate Steve Liddell for his fantastic performance out at Red Rocks. He played with Tennessee Jet, and we just want to say kudos, Steve Liddell.
Kudos.
Woohoo! Kudos.
I would take my hat off, but I don't have a hat.
That's all right.
Just take your hair off. It's
This-
fine.
You understand. So you guys, you have a band, the Closers.
Yes.
So you played.
I have a band, the Closers. He's the Kevin Price of Kevin Price and the Closers.
Okay.
I help with the band.
So you're the closer.
He's a closer.
I understand. Believe me. Well, that's great. So how long have you guys been together?
So as a band, we got together in 2019, and this iteration of the band has been pretty much it from the get-go. Every once in a while, we'll dabble with a different drummer here or there.
Well,
guitar players come and go. But
doesn't? No, drummers are.
So we have two
We
bass
love
players
drummers
sitting
here.
next to each other.
Yeah.
And it's weird.
There we go. Bass players unite.
well, and I
Hey,
mean,
at
this,
least we're out of the van.
Should this side of the room get too needy, we're here to support them.
Hey, guess who owns all this equipment? That's right, the bank. So anyway, well, you guys played there, but you were also you did an MC sort of thing too.
So yeah, we've been fortunate enough to play Oktoberfest for like the last 4 years,
Something like that.
And as a band, I mean, they've been cool enough to put us on the schedule and get us into Brewers Hall, which is we play the same slot every year, that Friday 11 to 3.
Oh, choice.
But I would be remiss, I guess, if I didn't say we got into playing Oktoberfest because of being MCs. You started before I did. I've
Right.
been doing it about 7 years. I think you're in.
I'm in either 8 or 9. I can never remember which. But yeah, I've been emceeing out there for quite a while.
It started off as just doing little one-off tents. Like we'd go up and introduce a band and just make sure the tent didn't burn down.
Sure.
And then last year, over the summer, I got approached by the head of Oktoberfest asking if we'd be interested in putting together a committee of actually, having professional MCs and also bringing tent hosts in, people to just make sure the party stays going.
Indeed. Yeah, that is great.
Yeah,
I
the
know.
tent hosts were invaluable this year. They'd walk around and start dancing and
That's
get
the
you
whole
to
thing.
dance. And
Absolutely.
They were friendly.
Look
And they
at
were
the
there.
mic stop. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yes.
were there.
We were talking about this before we went live. But about 15 years ago, I had been approached to do this MC job, and like a dumbass, I said no. And I regret that. It's really one of the big regrets I have.
Well,
because
time is not over. There is always an opportunity. We are always looking for good MCs.
Yeah.
There may be a path to MCing Oktoberfest for you, Eric.
And the crowd goes mild.
And the crowd goes mild.
That's right. And now I've said that on camera, so now we're going to be stuck with him.
Oh
What
my
was I
God,
thinking?
ladies and
What
gentlemen.
was I thinking?
Well, it's. I think it's a really cool thing that Oktoberfest here is expanding,
Absolutely.
and it's so indicative of Tulsa, isn't it? It's like, okay, well, yeah, we're going to take this and we're going to make it very much our own, just like David Souders has originally took a Scottish fest and kind of took it to a whole other level. A lot of cities don't have these great festivals like this. A lot do. Not to
Right.
get it wrong, but I think that Tulsa's Oktoberfest. I know a few years ago that there was a kind of a bad thing happened out there in a storm.
Yeah.
And I think it kind of pushed a reset button with them. If we're going to carry on, we got to do it right.
Yeah.
That was definitely
Not
the
that
case.
it was done wrong. That
No,
was
no.
That was an absolute freak of nature.
Absolutely.
That's just one of those
And-
things you can't prepare for because
No.
you
Right.
really don't expect anything like that. A major weather event to happen. I mean,
Right.
it just surprised everybody and caught everybody off guard.
I
But
think in the future, all we do is just get them out of the tents. because it happens. But
Well, and we have a safety and security plan in place in case of that. We have weather people on site. We are in communication with weather people throughout the festival, and so there's a lot more of a close eye kept on that to keep that from happening again. But Tulsa Oktoberfest has grown so much over the last few years. It's really unbelievable, and the beauty of it is the professionalism that has grown into it.
Yeah.
You mentioned it's one of the better festivals. We were ranked in one magazine number 2 in the nation.
Wow.
In another magazine number 5 in the nation.
USA Today.
Yeah,
And
hey.
a few years back, we were ranked top 5 in the world.
Yeah.
So that's pretty high praise for Tulsa for an Oktoberfest.
Yeah, it's just behind Munich's Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
I actually watched a documentary on that night before last of how that crew comes and sets that up in like 12 days. They have, it's pretty big. So
Ours is
to be
big,
compared
too.
to that
Yeah.
and have the quality, I know that I live right across the river, about a half a mile upstream of where Festival Park is. And so from my house, I can see the top of the Ferris wheel and I can hear the fireworks and everything. And it's really cool. And especially because it's about the only time of the summer here when you can actually bear it. I mean, the Tulsa State Fair can still be pretty warm.
Right.
Yeah.
But Oktoberfest usually sits in just about that first cool weekend.
Yeah, we never know what we're going to get with that.
No, because
Yeah.
it certainly
Yeah.
was hot at certain times.
Yeah.
It was hot, baby. It was
hot.
Oh, baby. It was hot, yeah.
What was it? 2 years ago, it was really hot.
Yeah, well, we had that odd like Tuesday night where it was just freezing cold, and then it got blistering hot for the rest of the week.
Yeah.
So you really didn't know what you were going to get into.
Yeah.
Well, at least you don't have to deal with the curse of Mayfest.
Bum, bum, bum.
Well,
Rain.
I don't know what the sound effect was, but that's what I heard.
Rain
Bum,
at
bum,
Mayfest
bum.
for sure.
Mayfest and the rain, man. It just
And the fair in the rain, but that's not associated with Oktoberfest.
yeah.
I was talking to somebody the other day, and we were talking about Oktoberfest, and they were asking a bunch of questions and this and that. And they go, "Well, couldn't you guys have it in May? Can I already
yeah.
have one?
Yeah, no.
I think
Yeah,
that's
no.
we
Well,
could.
It'd be cheaper to get the bands in, I bet. 'cause
True.
We would have no competition for the bands that we bring in.
Well, I know that at one point in time, I guess I was production manager on Ribfest for about 7 years. And so Ribfest kind of went away, and it gave it strength because it was kind of nutty to have all three of these big events just jammed up to each other.
Yeah.
The
Right.
fair, Ribfest, and then Oktoberfest. People were getting too drunk, you understand. They were driving all over the road and creating some problems out there in West Tulsa. So, Oscar, what are you doing, man?
Well,
I don't know if you guys are watching what's going on over here on the other camera.
I'm trying to order.
But Oscar is like ordering pizza or something from our new assistant vice president of lighting production.
Ruben Blackshire has joined the team.
Ruben,
folks.
ladies and gentlemen, give him a big hand.
Give Ruben a big
Step
hand.
out here into the
Yeah,
camera.
Step out here, Ruben.
Step out
Step
here.
out here.
Here he is. Now get off the set, please. Come on,
Ruben
get off.
is wanted in
Get out,
17
get out. All right.
states, but we've hidden him here in
All
Oklahoma.
right. Well, and of course we always want to forget Cabe. So, well, hey, let's swing out. We're going to come back after this short little break, and we're going to have a slideshow. Oscar brought a crap load of pictures he took. We're going to let the guys kind of describe the madness as they see it before their very eyes.
I thought there was going to be an actual slide.
Oh, no. All right, so we'll be back in just a few. This is the Tulsa Sound Podcast. And we're back. It's the Tulsa Sound Podcast. Hi, guys. We are back. Oscar and Mr. Eric here. And we have got special friends Kevin Price and CR. And we are getting ready to head into a segment of a show that we call the Tulsa Oktoberfest 2023 Slideshow Review and grading session.
That's right. Now, don't go anywhere. Load a bull. Sit back. This is going to be fun.
This is going to be fun. So basically what we've got, Oscar went to Oktoberfest this year, and while these guys were entertaining, performing, and doing their thing, he ran around and took a crap load of pictures. And
Yes.
so you've got action from all over the Winterfest Park.
We do.
Did you take a picture when you were like going around the ride? And it was,
We have video from a golf cart.
well, let's jump into it, Oscar. Show us. Let's
right.
go to slide number
Let's
one.
do this.
We're trying a new thing here. We're going to let Oscar do
Alright,
the slide.
Here we go.
There we go.
And
Oh,
here's
that
a
great?
it
picture
starts so badly.
of our guest,
Whooshy
CR.
stars.
It starts so badly, so badly.
Now, if you can't tell, CR is wearing a kilt in this shot.
That's right.
No drawers were present that day.
Oh
None.
my God!
He
You
is a
mean
true
commando man.
True.
I wear what the good Lord gave me.
Ah, that she is I. That's a great picture.
No, I call that my American outfit because it's part German, part Scottish, part. Well, I was wearing Chucks, so part American.
Yeah.
It's a mutt of an outfit.
It's a
Right,
mutt.
what
That's
it
okay.
is.
Were you comfortable?
Absolutely.
That is all that
I
counts.
was
ladies and
envious of your
gentlemen.
skirt on those hot days. The kilt. Sorry. I'm new to this. I'm accepting the new pronouns, and I'm working with you.
Everybody was envious of my kilt when they went in to go to the bathroom and tried to take off
Yeah.
their trocking.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah. Got you hear those suspenders snapping by? They call that the rally. Okay, here we
So
go.
some of you don't know that CR is also a stand-up comic, and he works in the pro wrestling world. He has a fan that works at the CBCC with us, and Anna is a wrestling fan. Recognized him and fangirled out.
I think she thinks I'm mankind.
Right? She probably does.
Man,
So here's a little bit of some shots of Oktoberfest of folks putting their hands
because that
in.
mandible claw, brother, that just puts him to sleep, doesn't
That's
it?
right, every time, brother.
We had dachshund races this year.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
yeah.
Every year.
Oktoberfest.
170 some
Yeah.
odd dogs.
170
Entry.
dogs.
That's insane.
And some beautiful
A lot of wiener.
ladies there too.
Yeah, a lot of ladies.
They're having a good time.
So here's a shot of the crew.
Oh boy.
And we felt this was important. We want to thank everyone that put
Give
in
them a big
hard
hand,
work
everyone.
and effort out at Oktoberfest, from the security crew all the way to the vendors. This is our production crew. These are the people that built the tents. These are the people that were out day in, day out, and stayed out there for another 2 weeks after the festival
Yeah.
was over. So
Because the
what most
party
people-
ain't over till the
That's right. What
right.
most
fat
people
man
don't
locks
know
the back of the last
is
truck.
that there's a lot of work that goes into this thing, and long after the party's over, these folks that are on the screen right now are the ones that are out there long after the party's over,
Yeah,
and
if-
making it happen.
If you zoom in real close, you will see that Kevin and I are not in that picture.
Exactly.
We were
We were at Skinnerfest.
Yeah, they usually do that at dinner the Sunday before Oktoberfest, but they
right.
decided to do lunch, and we were playing Skinnerfest that
Yeah.
day.
Well, there you go.
Great event at 18th and Boston every year. Please go out and support Skinnerfest. So here's another shot of the disco party that was going on late at night. A
Look at
lot
them
of
young
fun.
people are
That's
having
right.
a good time.
The Euro
Yeah.
disco.
Euro disco.
Good Lord.
DJ Fisher Price
Fisher
on
Price
Friday,
this
and
year.
then DJ
DJ Fisher
Moody on
Price out
Saturday. So much fun.
DJ Moody has done it every year. Well, 11 years
11
now.
years now, yeah.
And he has absolutely
There he
killed it.
is.
There's
And that's
DJ
DJ
Moody right
Fisher
there.
Price right there.
That's
No, that's
Moody.
DJ Moody.
Oh, that's Moody.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's right. That's the man himself.
this guy
and,
makes $26 million a year DJing events.
and he's worth every
penny.
And he's
penny.
worth every penny.
He rocks that entire
Local Tulsa DJ just kills
Room.
it.
5,000 people all jumping up and down in rhythm.
So
Boy,
we
did
want to
I
celebrate
go into
that.
the wrong line of work.
Yep, we have. We
well, and
really
there
are
you
in
see
the wrong one.
our wonderful beermeister,
Oh,
the official beermeister of Oktoberfest.
the gnome-looking character?
Yes,
the
Oh,
gnome-looking
yeah.
And here's the party in full swing.
Oh, there's Jeff Olson's mirror ball.
Yes, it's huge, by the way. That mirror ball is ginormous.
52 inches.
It feels
It's the
it looks
largest
bigger
mirror
than
ball in
that.
Tulsa, ladies and gentlemen.
Biggest mirror ball in the
Don't
city.
laugh, it's true. Yeah, that's right.
Wow, and here we have some shots. There's Tom Green in the shot.
That's right.
Oh, good Lord.
J-
Hey,
JB.
Tom. Good to see you, Tom. All right. And here's a
Oh, that's
drone
a great
shot.
Beautiful
The
shot.
clouds
The
are
drone
beautiful
shot.
in that.
Clouds are beautiful that day, guys. We had
That is a
great
gorgeous
weather.
shot.
How'd you take that shot, Oscar? You,
Well, I stole it from the Instagram.
oh, so you're stealing now. Very good.
Yes,
good.
well, you know, you must
Steal.
Sometimes you must steal. But Here's a
assume
great
that's their
shot of
Russian
the party.
accent.
This is up from the front of house. Michael Boom Boom Mancini, the front of house engineer,
Boom Boom.
was kind enough to let me up there in his booth and his front of house area and take the shot. So shout out to Michael Mancini.
Yes, beautiful.
And here we have some dancers.
Look at these
Some
folk
shoe plotters.
dancers dancing
Yeah.
their folk.
Now, what do you guys know about these costumes?
Well, you've got your traditional Bavarian costumes there. You've got the
Dirndl for the
Dirndl,
women.
thank you.
Lederhosen for the men.
yep
Nice.
A dirndl?
Dirndl.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
Dirndl, Texas?
Yeah, pretty much.
probably
Well,
exactly.
South
that.
Dirndl, Texas.
South Dirndl, Texas.
Yeah.
They were.
Well, you know
they
that's where Strickland South
They're
is.
right. Strickland South is in
South
Dirndl.
Texas. That's right.
There we had fireworks on the Wednesday night
Oh,
and the
yeah.
Thursday night, the family nights. There are free fireworks at Oktoberfest each year. Please come out and enjoy those.
And you can hear those fireworks all the way at 26th and Lewis.
And I know that because my neighbor section on my Ring camera kept popping up going, I hear explosions, what's going on? From way far away. So I was having to tell everybody what was happening.
Again, just a few more shots of the overall festival.
Man, those are some
The
drunk
kiddos.
Oh, the kids look
Oh,
great.
the kids.
Zico Family Fun Day. Free every Friday from 11 to 4.
And Oktoberfest is a family-friendly event, guys.
Yeah.
So
And
we just want to
Zico,
remind
you know,
everybody of that.
best drugs you ever got at work. Zico. Yeah, well, I
And
mean,
we had horses.
That's
There
right,
were
that's from our
horses.
parade.
Yeah.
Zico was a distributor of Dilatab and Dilatab 2.
So are you still addicted to Dimetap and
No, but since the heart surgery, I've been able to touch that stuff.
Zantac 75 almost took Eric out once.
I'll tell you, it was some good stuff. Okay. Oh, look, it's a horse.
The horses were great to see. In
Were
the
they out
festival.
there?
And here we have
There's
pictures of the Glockenspiel.
Yeah,
That's
right.
right.
With the shot ski, and this is the first year we actually built the Glockenspiel. We brought it in from Cleveland, Ohio every year, and so we had to pay to bring it down. And we finally did the math and said, hey, you know what? We can build it ourselves and have it here, and then just bring the folks
performers.
from
So a
Cleveland down.
Glockenspiel is a cuckoo clock, for those of
Yeah.
you that don't know. And they put on a live performance of the cuckoo clock every hour on the hour
That's right.
at Oktoberfest for the entire run. So it's a great thing. They throw out beads to the crowd and lots of, fun swag. And it's a
Kind of
great,
like Mardi Gras for the French
It's
folks
very
down
much
there in
like
New
Mardi
Orleans.
Gras.
Very much so.
Right.
Very much so. In
I
fact,
gotcha.
just to tell you again how popular Tulsa's Oktoberfest is, their group is somewhere between 60 and 90 people strong, and they can only bring 30 of them.
Oh.
And there is a fight every year within their group as to which 30 get to come to Tulsa.
We need to get that fight on video.
Right?
I'd like to see
Is it a cage
that.
match?
That would be
I'd like
fun.
to
Octagon.
see that.
This
The
picture,
Glockenspielers are going for your eyes.
this group right here is one of our shoe plottler groups that came in this year. We brought in 2 different ones, and this one, you're gonna get me lying, but we have one from Milwaukee, and this is the other group. And for the life of me, I cannot remember where they're from. It was Edelweiss.
Yeah, the
Oh,
Adel.
the Edelweiss.
Oh.
The Red Dirt Rangers do a great
DeHaven.
version of that song.
Yeah,
DeHaven
Bless my
something.
homeland forever.
but yeah. Anyway,
So moving
The
on.
Oberländer.
the Overland.
Ah,
The Oberländer, Milwaukee.
Soft
SVEV.
and small, may you bloom and grow.
Edelweiss.
Blooming.
Edelweiss. There you go.
It was
yeah,
on
it's
your
a
paper.
very
Yeah.
popular song
Okay,
for weddings in
fair enough.
Oklahoma is Edelweiss.
Yes,
the
it
Red
is.
Dirt Rangers do a great job of it, and it's just a wonderful thing to see. And it brings tears to grown men's eyes when they're doing Edelweiss.
Haven't you ever seen The
Daughters
Sound of
getting
Music,
married.
man?
Oh, yeah.
So here we have
When
another
the,
picture
when,
of a
the, when the
dachshund.
Baron von Trapp gets up and sings that song, I open up like I can't go talk amongst yourselves. Okay.
All right.
He's a little verklempt.
There's the tapping
Tapping
of
of
the
the
keg.
keg.
Tapping of the keg.
Now, the official keg beer this year was the oldest brewery in Germany. I can never remember its name. I keep wanting to say Hefeweizen, but
It's
that's not
Weinstefanen.
it. Weinstefanen.
All right.
Yeah.
Moving on, another shot of the midway.
One
Fire.
of our great games hosts right there on to your right.
Wonderful.
She does a great job with the game stuff.
And the Glockenspiel again. A fabulous event. And a little brand reinforcement. Hi, guys.
Brand reinforcement brought to
And,
you by
Oh,
There's our
look at those
dachshunds,
crazy
and we love the
dachshunds.
dogs
Red
and
Baron.
wigs and the
These
red
dachshunds
baron
go out
there.
to just tea.
Dolly Parton.
And this was one of my
Oh,
favorites. Look at that,
yeah.
he's got a scuba
That one
tank
actually
on.
won the contest.
That one won the parade contest.
2 years ago, that one was a octopus.
Yes.
So it's won it twice. It's like a,
It's amazing what they can do with gene splitting these days.
Some more shots. Great
More
shot
Tom
there of
Green.
Tom and his wife.
Yep.
Tom, he's
Shout out to
everywhere.
them.
He's
Tom.
Got
Tom
that
is
Dutch
a-
angle going. So
Yes.
It's kind of
yeah,
cool.
it's-
Sunset.
Aw.
yeah. Oh, that is beautiful.
Thank you.
yeah.
More dockies.
More dachshunds. They certainly were a joy.
Hey, that's you, Oscar,
Hey.
right there.
There's one of our fabulous production assistants, and she was great. We just had a great time. Here's a shot of the polka knots,
Oh no.
and they were a punk
Yes.
polka band.
Polka.
Punk polka.
Punk
That is
thrash
exactly the way to
polka.
describe them.
They were doing Black Flag songs in a polka style. They were doing Ministry. They
Incredible.
were doing Motorhead. They were doing all
Oh,
the old
man.
metal songs.
Oh yeah.
And Ruben actually took some great video of them that we'll include in this episode at the end of the episode for
At
sure.
the end of the episode, stay tuned.
This was their 9th year at our Oktoberfest. They are from Denver.
Yes.
Stay
and-
tuned for that footage.
Yes. So
There's
here we
Oscar
are.
again, trying to
Yeah.
get fired.
Yeah, trying to get fired. No. Great shot here of the Red Dirt Rangers.
Red Dirt Rangers.
And I was very proud to have them on the stage.
Tulsa
this
Sound
year.
podcast is not complete without a picture. At least one.
So you guys know what this
Oh.
is.
This is some of the wonderful food out there. Some spectacular stuff. The one on the right looks to be some of the brats and what have you that was in VIP, and the one on the left looks to be the German American Society.
It looks like it, yeah.
Yeah, I see a potato pancake there.
Their potato pancakes.
Oh, I
are
thought
always
that
so good.
was waffles without the chicken. Oh, I'm sorry.
Lots of fun rides on the Midway this year, guys. The kids.
Hey, that's that Dave Matthews ride right there.
Well, okay. Steins
You
aplenty.
Dave Matthews fans, you'll appreciate that.
Well, friendship is supporting someone through their Dave Matthews phase.
Right.
Yes, yes. Stein Mania.
Stein Mania. And so we have a little shot of the Midway at night.
Oscar
There it
driving
was
a golf
lit up.
cart.
I stole a golf cart at Oktoberfest, and there's the evidence. Now,
Chardon.
What's this guy's name again?
Jake from Chardon Polka Band.
Chardon Polka Band. Texas
Ohio.
boys. Oh.
Yeah, this is
Chardon.
Chardon, Ohio.
Yeah, they're Ohio. They're a great group of guys. We've known them
Oh,
probably
gosh.
7 or 8 years now.
9 years or
Funny.
so.
9
for me.
years.
That's
Great
real
show.
Deutsche up there, buddy.
Oh, Boston, yes.
Man,
Yeah,
they put on just a high energy, just all out
In fact,
rock show.
in 2020, when we were not able to have Oktoberfest because of the vid, we held our own Oktoberfest in his backyard with about 10
Tents
people.
and beer and the
Yeah,
whole
we had
bit.
tents. We labeled the
Brats.
tents, the whole 9 yards, and we played all the great polka music from the bands we know. And Chardon, we got a hold of them and reached out to them and did a little
Oh,
thing,
that's cool.
FaceTime thing with them.
Cool, yeah.
It was a lot of fun. They're good people.
So again, lots of party pics were taken, lots of joy.
These people
basically.
look like they're going crazy.
They were having a
beer or
good
two.
time. It
The
looks like.
food was fabulous out there. Plenty of
turkey
turkey legs. And, it's just one of those things I have to have on a Midway is a turkey leg.
Go for it.
Other group shots, everybody was up on the tables.
Everybody.
Oh,
just
yeah.
group
Corporate night
shots,
was
just
fabulous.
corporate
Busiest
nights.
night I've seen.
ever.
It was our busiest one ever by about 100
And she's
kegs.
one of the party hosts, right?
She is one of our MCs.
Okay, she's an MC also.
She's one of those folks who has been around Oktoberfest for ever.
Ever. Yeah,
She
Chrissy-
worked her butt off. I watched her work all for days on end, and she was there in costume and in spirit, and it was just a joy to watch somebody put in that kind of effort.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Absolutely.
spectacular working with
Yeah.
us. Another good group of folks there.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
some crazy looking sunglasses on that son of a gun. Oh,
More happy
Great,
people.
great
look at
date
these
night.
happy people.
Oh, there's Alex Meixner.
Alex Meixner.
Now, he was one of the attorneys, right?
Yes.
Yes, he is the polka man for the United States
He's
and
for
for the world.
Polka Hall of Fame inductee, and he's also if you remember the old pepperoni commercials, Hormel pepperoni or whatever, they had some commercials. They were
with
polka.
the accordion.
That's him.
That's
He's the
him.
accordion guy. Yeah.
That's Alex.
He's the
Alex.
guy.
Alex has beer named after him. He lives down in Texas now, but he used to live in Florida.
Yep.
But he travels all over the world preaching polka.
Great. Here we have
Steinhoist.
the hoist contest, and this went on often.
Yes. We do
Yeah.
that fairly often. Right up on stage, you see our games committee champion and fearless leader, Ryan Howell. He runs all of these games, and that is one of the more popular ones. That's one that's done at Oktoberfest across the world.
So explain to the folks at home that don't know the rules of the game.
You just have to not drink the beer.
But
That's why they're struggling so hard.
They have
Yeah.
to hold it
You have
out.
to hold it out.
And hold it for see who can hold it the longest.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Without flexing your elbow or dropping your arm too far.
And they had women that won it too.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, we've actually
well,
had years where women
Imagine.
lasted longer than the guys.
Hey,
did.
we've got a caller. Go ahead, caller. Oh, no, but some idiot left his cell phone on. Never mind. Go ahead.
First time listener.
Here we have Brad Harris from the
Last time
Canes
caller.
Ballroom.
That's right. There's Brad.
Brad Harris, production manager, Canes Ballroom.
There he is.
Brad would like to remind you to come out to the chili cook-off and see him.
Could you do that wink again for me?
Wink smile.
There you go.
Disco ball in
Dwarf
action.
rocker.
Giant
Dwarf
disco
rocker.
ball.
Now, what was Dwarf Rocker?
These guys.
These are one of the bands that we actually bring in from Germany just for Oktoberfest. We
Okay.
fly them in, and they perform nightly in the beer garden. Them, and there's another band called Alpenfetzer, and there are two actual German bands that come over here, and those guys are like rock stars. I mean, they're big
The
time.
real deal.
Yeah,
They really are.
Professional Oktoberfest
So the
rockers.
folks from the Worst were out there.
Oh, yeah.
Great local company. Go support them. They're actually hiring.
Make a note of it.
It looks like somebody's doing the chicken dance.
Yes,
Yep.
chicken
Now-
dance.
Oh,
Invented
boy.
in
Here's-
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
yeah.
I'm glad you know that.
Yes.
A lot of people don't know that.
CR, would you explain the chicken dance and the history and how we
Okay, the
got that
chicken
here?
dance starts out. It goes da na 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 na.
I don't think that's exactly what he's talking about.
Oh,
No.
you just wanted the history?
Yeah, how
Oh,
we
I was
came
going to
up with-
explain the dance itself. I was ready to do
I was
the
gonna do
wiggle.
it with you.
Yeah.
I was ready to do
Now,
the
CR, I think our people know how to do the chicken dance. I mean, they are hockey fans.
Oh, there
Nice.
you go.
Well,
There
They
you
go to
go.
Oilers games,
And
so,
so
they
it's
know.
incorporated into our local hockey games. This is a
Yeah.
part of our community.
That's
the chicken
right.
dance is part of the Tulsa Sound.
It is. a
Well,
part.
it
is a part.
originated here in Tulsa, and that's something a lot of people don't know. I'm glad you did. Back 43 years ago,
Yeah, 44.
whatever it was, the first Oktoberfest, the song had existed for years, and it was always called the duck dance because people would do this weird little duck waddle dance to it.
Yeah.
They were going to have their Oktoberfest, and nobody in Tulsa had a duck costume.
Uh-oh.
However,
I see
Channel
this one
2, I think it was.
Yeah, I think it was 2 or 8. I can't remember one.
One of the TV channels had a chicken costume. So they threw somebody in the chicken costume. They did the dance. It became known as the chicken
Chicken dance.
That
dance.
sounds like a Channel 6 thing, if
Right.
you ask me.
And
I
it's-
think Doug Dodd probably owned that suit.
And it's been that way ever since. It's now the chicken dance.
That's
So
amazing.
it was a duck song, but we changed it.
We
Yeah,
changed
We
it
covered a song, changed it, and made it our own.
Yes.
because there's more chickens
That's
in
Oklahoma to the
Oklahoma.
bone,
Tulsa right
guys.
there.
Have you ever heard of the Tulsa Sound? That's what we're known for.
Excellent.
It's taking something, making it our own.
And it's all
That's
because we're
what
so
we do.
close to Springdale, Arkansas. That is just amazing.
And all the Czech settlements in
Oh, the
North
chicks.
and East Texas.
And those chicks over there.
So here's a great shot of Matt Martin.
Oh, there he
drummer
is,
for,
Matt Martin.
Brad Absher and the Superiors.
He was a drummer. He was a bass player. He was he's everybody's favorite
He's
guy.
everybody's friend. Another great shot there, Brad. Go see him at the Canes Ballroom, kids.
Go see him.
Great shot of the tin here.
The main beer
That's the
garden.
beer
garden,
yeah.
Lufthansa.
Lufthansa Technique. Yeah.
Now, Lufthansa, that was the robbery they had on
Oh,
on Goodfellas, wasn't it?
no,
They robbed the
he took bunch of
Lufthansa.
airlines over there.
That's
Yeah,
just
there's
your
an airline.
average woman at
Now look,
Oktoberfest.
what's that guy
Average-
doing in the background now?
Average
Right.
girl.
That's a kind of a.
Definitely not looking at her butt.
Looks like he's gonna like slap her, or maybe he's gonna. Yeah, let's move
Oh, a
on.
lot of confetti.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness!
Kids, and it was
I hope
just
they
such
got a
good
confetti
time.
cleanup charge.
They
at
did
that
charge
place.
them for the confetti.
Probably end up in my yard in about a month.
And so everybody had their cell phones out in this
Aw.
shot, which made a great, it was a
great
an
shot.
emotional
It's like
moment.
candles, but it doesn't burn.
Almost emotional.
And there's more of a
DJ Moody.
Yeah.
DJ Moody with the police
With our-
on stage.
With
Wow.
Tulsa's
Uh-oh.
finest.
Tulsa
Yeah.
Popo.
Hey!
Hey, there's our
Oh,
guest.
know those guys.
There's our guest,
I know
hoisting the
those guys.
steins. And
Yep, with
My
covers
God.
that have our logo on.
that's great.
Keep those pennies from going in your beer.
That's right.
So explain
right.
the pennies, because I didn't get that in my tent.
That is a beer garden thing.
Yeah.
And it has been as far back as I can remember. I remember
Yeah.
doing Oktoberfest back in the mid 90s. And it was a thing back then that people just throw pennies and try to get it in your drink. It's been kind of a fun game.
And if their penny lands in your glass of beer, you have to chug.
Right.
Yeah.
and
the
if
idea.
that
that's the
penny has
sport.
Ebola on it, what
You're-
happens?
yeah.
You have a
No, there's
now.
pennies everywhere.
You got the
All
bonus
over
plan.
the ground, there's pennies. It's-
Now, we do not encourage the throwing of pennies
No.
because it is
Well,
quite
you
unsanitary.
can't.
well, I collected
However-
at $2.17 that next morning.
However, I noticed this year somebody was throwing penne pasta.
Oh, I saw that
Yeah.
too.
I'm like, that's
Yeah.
genius.
Yes, there was pasta.
They could
all
throw
over
any
the
kind of pasta, but they threw
Yeah.
penne
Me
pasta.
and Marcus from Dorfrocker.
All right. You
His
guys
new
look
best
great
friend.
there.
Yeah.
Saxophone player.
Chardon's saxophone player.
Yep.
Yes. And there's another
No,
shot. of
That was Alex.
Alex's.
Meister. Yeah.
Alex's. Sorry, we get those guys
That's a
confused.
giant wreath
I've
of
been drinking.
hops.
That is a giant wreath of hops.
Giant
Wow.
wreath of hops.
Yeah.
And there's
There's
the
a giant
there's the
soundboard.
Digigo board. God, I like
Now, let me
that
ask you a
thing.
question. Can you adjust the temperature of the room in there? Because it's a kind of getting
That
cold.
thing will control your child's life if you want.
Hello. Hello.
You can launch the space shuttle with that thing, and they hadn't launched a space shuttle in years.
Our good friend Cody Brewer was out in the Cabin Boys tent this year with Combsy, Chris Combs. They put on one hell of a performance, and we just wanted to shout them out for that.
Shut up.
Shout out!
We got to share the stage with Cody a few weeks ago at Base Camp,
Yes, we did.
which was a
they're
fundraiser
in
for River
Bixby?
Parks.
No,
It's out on Turkey Mountain.
Turkey Mountain.
Oh, okay.
So they have a big camp out night where you can stay out there, and it's the one night of the year that you can actually camp out on Turkey Mountain. And
If
Cody
you
and
want
us.
to camp out
All
There you go.
right, and there's
first.
Kevin on stage. Now, these guys came up with what I feel is the most catchy original Oktoberfest song, and I was singing their praises earlier, but they wrote a song, Mr. Eric, called Tiki Taki Oi Oi Oi. And
Oh,
it's just great. It is a fun song.
Huh.
It is. It's fun to
was,
play.
It's an oi anthem, and it gets the crowd going, and super fun stuff. So catch.
It's like my fans on my Finnish rally video. At the Finnish auto rallies,
Yeah.
these guys, and they almost get hit by the cars, and then as the car goes, like this close to them, they go, oi, oi, oi.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yes,
my
they might
God,
be-
in Finland, wow.
So we have a shot here of your drummer.
That's right.
Introduce him to the folks.
Go ahead. Now you're normally the talker. Anyway, that's John DeVore.
John DeVore.
He's our drummer from Inola, Oklahoma.
All right.
But yeah, he's the quiet man of the group. He was actually supposed to come with us tonight and be up here, but he
Yamahas?
And if he
those
were,
are,
you wouldn't know any
the
different.
backline's all provided. So yeah, I think that's the Yamaha
Yeah,
kit.
we want to shout out the music store for
I
all
think
their
it's correct.
hard work
Well,
during
they're-
that back line. I
yeah,
watched
I
those
know.
backline guys work their butts off.
Oh,
I
they
know
do.
that drum set.
Yeah, yeah,
They do.
yeah.
Young Tuttle was out there for the music store, and Larry York, and it was just fabulous. Those guys worked their
Tuttle.
butts off. Yes,
Man,
yes.
we had a fun one last
And
year.
there's a good picture of CR rocking
buddy.
out,
Yeah.
doing
It looks
his
like y'all are
thing.
pulling off a Motorhead cover right
Right.
I'm
there.
telling you,
That may have
man.
been
It
when
may
we
have
were doing
been.
Tiki Taki.
It could have been
That's-
the Oi
that's
Oi
in
Oi
the
one.
Tiki
Yeah.
Taki,
Yeah.
yeah, which is
Yeah.
a great song, guys.
Yeah, we actually wrote that for our for.
Now here's your guitar player. What's this gentleman's name? I forgot.
This is Ryan Chase, and if you notice, he doesn't play guitar with
Properly.
the right hand. I mean, he's left-handed.
I was watching him, and
It's
it was
just
very
backwards.
unconventional.
Yeah.
Well, that's a beautiful thing. Guitar player in my band, Jim Lawrence, same way. The beauty
Yeah.
of that is the lead singer never gets clobbered.
right.
Right,
Yeah.
because they can stand there, one neck's going that way, one's going that way, and ask Tawny about getting a guitar neck in the back of the head.
But our,
she had it coming, folks.
Our guitar player and drummer are basically their background is in metal.
Oh, okay.
They're metal guys, and so when we were kind of writing some Oktoberfest stuff. That's why we came up with the punk idea. It was like me and him came up with it, and we were like, "Hey, this will fit their style perfect."
It was perfect,
and they just kind of fall right in. And they love it.
That's really nice of you guys letting your band members do something. I mean, I don't know why you want to do that, but it's great.
Let them do something they like.
So here I am with the members of
Thinking
Knipple.
of them and all.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
I'm
Here's
here.
some money. Get out of here.
We're here. I'm here with the members of Knipple. We have Jordan Hale here and Nicholas Foster.
Yeah.
Jordan Hale also plays with King Cabbage and about 10 other bands in town. So
Oh, is
catch
it
him.
Knipple or Knopple?
It's Knipple with a K, and you have
Yeah.
to pronounce the K.
Yeah.
Or evil Knipple will come after you, which is known as Gnipple. Gnipple and Knipple are two different projects. Don't
Yeah.
confuse them, folks.
Okay.
All right. So we want to shout out those guys at Park Grove Creative Community. They're doing great things, guys. Go check out Park Grove.
Check it out.
There's Ruben.
Hey, Ruben,
Hey.
you got
Hey.
it. All right.
You're on camera whether you want to be or not.
And, you know, Oktoberfest was just such a...
Arriva. Hey, man, go back. I own that bicycle.
That's the Ensenada bicycle.
Dude, I'm going to tell you what that is right there. That's a Huffy.
No, that's an Otasco special. There's a Oklahoma Flyer.
Husky.
Okay. Chris Foster
Chris
put on a
Foster.
great performance. One of my favorite Tulsa Sound musicians, Chris Foster, unbelievably talented.
You know, he looks like a guy I ran into one night out at the cigar bar.
We have an ongoing thing with Chris where every time we see him, we go, "Man, you look just like Chris Foster."
Of course, Chris Foster is head of Papa Foster and the Grits.
Yep.
And guy's got like 12 kids that play in his band. Go check him out. He's got 10 kids and they all need cigarettes. So go see him.
Holy moly.
Chris is amazing.
And this is Chris Foster's big toe. It stunk, guys. It was smelly. Don Morris,
man.
legendary Don Morris of the Red Dirt Rangers, one of the kindest, gentlest souls you'll ever meet. A true gentleman on stage and with the crew at all times. I've known this man over 25 years, and he's been consistently great.
That's
And
because
it's
he's a
Yeah.
bass
one of
player.
the things I
And
want to
he
say
did the
about
science
forget it.
project. I
about
mean,
Don.
the guy just.
Oh, I remember him back in the day playing with Brandon Jenkins.
Yeah.
And
I tell you, I got to sit in with the science project, and I tell you, he was so nice and just so cool and just so
a
welcoming
calming,
to me.
just
Yeah.
he emits calm energy,
Yeah.
and it's just this pleasure to be around the guy. So we want to thank Don for being such a great cat.
Hey,
And here we had some folks from radio.
yeah, Caitlin
right.
Fisher,
And what-
K95, Morning
K95.
Gift.
K95,
So the
in the
first thing I
morning.
did as a podcaster was walk up to her. She said they were from K95 radio. And I said, radio, is that still a thing? Oh! Is radio still a thing? I mean, really? Radio?
Well, the
But,
guy next to her is a comedian here in town. His name is Roscoe.
Yeah, he told me he's doing a roast battle out at the Tulsa Comedy Club.
Yeah.
He just did this
Okay.
last weekend and did a great job. He's all over the place, so if you ever get a chance to look him up, he's performing everywhere.
Super
Yeah,
dude.
And
Roscoe's
this
got...
show is like a freaking entertainment preview, Tulsa.
Yeah,
It really is.
That's what we watch us. You'll know what's going on around the city. Roscoe had a great story about Dan Soder, one of the top leading rising comedians in the country, and
He's hot.
he's hot. I'm hot. So here we have another shot of the Red Dirt Rangers on stage. A lot of healing, a lot of cathartic measures happened out there. Cathartic events happened. The truth is, I haven't mixed the Red Dirt Rangers since 1994. They fired me because I needed firing back in the day. And it's been a lot of years now. They've always been in my life, and I wear their tattoo
Well,
proudly on my arm.
Folks, we've seen that tattoo
But we
before on this
haven't
podcast.
we haven't worked professionally together since 1994, and I had the opportunity to mix them out at Oktoberfest, and a lot of healing happened. And I want to thank the guys in the Red Dirt Rangers for being gracious. I want to thank Jeremiah Kirby
Jeremiah
for
Kirby.
being gracious and going on lunch and letting me mix the boys while he was gone.
Absolutely.
And you know, a lot of healing happened out there, folks, and we've all done this by coming full circle with one another through growth and change. And I want to remind you that if you're not growing and you're not changing, you're stagnating and dying. So every day you're not
Hey.
busy being born, you're busy dying. Get out
Back
there
off
and
my
grow.
lifestyle.
Get out there and
Don't
grow
arch
and
his
change.
gig.
You know,
Back off
20,
my lifestyle.
it took over 25 years for us to come full circle and for me to be back on the team, even temporarily for the day. It felt great. And I felt more like myself. But I just want to thank the Red Dirt Rangers for letting me be part of their journey through this whole thing we call the Red Dirt music scene in Oklahoma and the Tulsa Sound
Oscar,
in
they
particular.
called and they said you're welcome.
Well, on behalf of folks that are on stage, those of you guys who do the sound can make or break a good show.
Oh.
And we had a spectacular sound guy the day we performed out there.
Yeah, and that was Jeremiah Kirby.
Jeremiah
Bum,
is one
bum.
of the best. And so we absolutely love and respect what you guys do.
Yeah, Jeremiah is one of the best in the city. He's also a member of the Tulsa Sound Man Mafia. So we want to be very careful when we speak his name.
Right.
Don't speak.
But it was truly a pleasure having the Rangers on stage, and it was just a great thing. They are members of the Oklahoma Music Hall of Fame.
Yes, they
and
are.
be sure to catch them. They're doing a Christmas show, their annual Christmas show. Next year will be the 100th year anniversary of the Canes Ballroom, and the Red Dirt Rangers will play with a host of other Red Dirt artists for the annual Christmas show. It will be back next year. And this is their drummer, Matt. And Matt's a good guy. Everybody loves him. I put his picture on Facebook and got like 100 responses. So this guy's popular.
Rock on.
And there's Brad Piccolo, my good friend. Gosh, man, the older Brad gets, the more he looks like a cowboy right out of Central Casting, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, if I was going to cast a movie and I needed a slim cowboy, an Oklahoma type, it would be Brad.
Looks like the Marlboro Man.
He does. He does. And so the Rangers did an amazing performance out there that day. And here's a great picture of my friend, the master of the Telecaster, Mr. Ben Hahn, the wild man from Borneo himself. Ben Hahn has just been a consistently clean player with the tone that you want.
Oh, yeah.
Ben can give it to you. And we just want to thank Ben Hahn for his contribution to the Tulsa Sound music scene and his Red Dirt passion. Of course, there's Coop playing his Mando.
Yeah.
Those boys were on fire out at Oktoberfest.
And Fuego.
And here's Jeremiah in action. So
Jeremiah
if
Kirby.
you want to tip him, he's available to be tipped at the shrine. He takes cash. Cash, folks.
I'll tell you what tip I'd give him. Get out of the entertainment business.
There's Coop and Don Morris again, and we just can't thank the Red Dirt Rangers
Ben
enough.
Hahn.
Me and Ben once went fly fishing up at State Bridge, Colorado together.
And that's when
That
y'all
was a
got
great
arrested
time.
up there, right?
Well, we won't talk about that.
No, sir.
But
Statute of
again,
limitations hadn't run on that.
Brad Harris from the Ballroom was out and about. Now, I got to introduce a band.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, well, for some reason or another, there was a mix-up and no MCs showed up in the Shinerbach tent. So
We have that happen occasionally.
I just took it upon myself to introduce Brad Absher and the Superiors, and it's truly one of the highlights of the festival for
That's
me.
incredible.
Was getting up there, and the producers know about it, and they were okay with it. So I'm not fired for next year. But of course, here we have Dylan Layton, bass player for Brad Absher and the Superiors.
He's your backup.
Great friend of mine.
My backup bass player.
Is he?
Oh.
Oh, darned. Of course, here's Brad Absher again.
Brad
Putting on
Absher.
a great performance at this year's Oktoberfest. We just can't say enough good things about Brad.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
It looks like I'm singing lead here, but I'm not. Maybe in the future
You should be.
I might. I might fuck around and threaten y'all. So, yeah, Oktoberfest was a lot of fun. And I want to invite everyone out and just experience this. Now, here's Anthony McGinnis, who was running sound in the big tent that had multiple stages. Now, one audio position was running 2 different stages.
It does happen.
So he really had his hands full. Now,
Yes.
Anthony McGinnis is the engineer and production person out at the Gathering Place.
OTGP.
And he does a lot of hard work out there, and we want to congratulate him for all of his hard work and the contributions he gives to the city of Tulsa and our Tulsa Sound. Give it up for Anthony McGinnis, folks.
Give it up.
Yeah.
Give it up,
Well,
folks.
here we
Give it
are
up.
with, here I am again with Dylan Layton, one of my nearest, dearest, closest, oldest friends, kind soul, hired gun bass player. I hope you guys can afford him because you're going to need him. Here's Miss Abby. She works for Omni Lighting, partner there down at Horton Records, and she's just a fabulous person. We want to thank her for all her hard work
Thank
at
you.
the festival.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Again, here I am in my stolen golf
Golf
cart.
cart.
They can't catch me.
You look like a happy monkey.
And
Happy monkey.
As we glide through here, there's young Ruben.
Here he is again, ladies and gentlemen. Made it back on screen.
Now,
Boy,
we
man.
want all members of
for a
TPD
dude
to
that just showed
screenshot
up,
this,
Like, you know how to work.
Hell yeah.
just in case, guys.
I think that's when we called you in because we were having lighting issues in the stew bay.
Yeah.
'Cause we had lights go out. We couldn't get them.
Hey, Ruben was all over.
Ruben came in and saved our bacon.
13 to 15
literally.
tents on the spot, under the gun, and under Megan's supervision. That's tough, guys. That is
Yeah.
tough because she don't mess around. Here we have Jeff Olson.
Jeffrey
Olson of Omni Lights, guy kept me employed for years. Has always been a kind person, and I want to say this since we're on the air. The guy stepped up when Steve Pryor died and donated equipment to his memorial show. Also wrote a big check at the end of it and donated it to Steve's girlfriend, surviving widow, Tina. So I just want to mention that. I guess Jeff would never say this about himself. I'm saying it to you for him. The man has philanthropy flying through his blood for Tulsa Sound musicians and our Tulsa scene. He cares. So
He's a drummer.
he's a great guy. He once toured with ELO kids. Look up some
wow.
information
Very
about
cool.
Jeff
Oh, yeah.
Olson.
Very cool.
He was with them during the height of their popularity.
Well, he actually helped design the Wurlitzer UFO.
yes, yes. And that's
And figured
part of
out-
rock and roll history.
Not only
kids.
figured out how to make it work, but how to fly it.
So this is an
And that's
amazing
the
production
harder
thing
thing.
that, we have these gifted individuals here in town. Talk to them. Ask them questions. They won't bite, guys.
They won't bite.
So,
you just may have to buy them a drink, but,
And there's Jeff Olson again.
Jeff Olson again.
Omni Lights had all the production out at Oktoberfest. They provided all the audio. They provided all the lighting, everything. So huge show for Omni Lights. We want to congratulate them. Anthony again.
Soundcraft Compact SI.
And there's a sound guy checking the drums. We had no drumsticks, but we did it anyway. There's a little lighting board.
Boy, Oscar, you sure got a lot of pictures of equipment in here. I
I
don't know.
do.
Look at that.
Hey, it's a sunny
Oh,
day.
happy monkey. These
That
are the
looks like it's
tents.
from on top of the
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
Glockenspiel.
on top of the Glockenspiel. And
Nice.
this is as we were building Wednesday morning.
This looks like Indianapolis 500 without the cars.
That's right. It's just
And
before
here's the maypole.
just before the nightmare begins.
Excellent.
So we want to just, thank everybody that had anything to do with Oktoberfest, all the people that came out, all the production people, all the caterers, all the entertainers. Guys, we couldn't have done it without you. Absolutely.
Now I feel bad I wasn't there.
Well, and there's always next year. We'll rope you in.
Well, there we go. I'm ropeable.
So we have some. You want to take a break?
Yeah, we're at 37.
Okay, let's
Oh
take a
boy.
break.
Well, I tell you what. Now we've had our slideshow, so we're going to take a little break, and then we're going to come back, close it up. Stick around. Tulsa Sound Podcast. All right, that's it. We're back again, and once again, folks, we want to thank, well,
Kevin Price,
everybody.
CR.
Well, yeah, but I was going to say everybody with the Oktoberfest experience.
Everybody.
I was
Hands
thinking in a big
included.
global thing.
Oh, sure.
Of course, we want to thank Kevin and CR too.
Well, big
And-
thing about Oktoberfest that, again, folks don't know is almost everybody you deal with out there, from the people serving you beer to the people taking tickets and everything else, are all volunteers. We are volunteers.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
a
We don't make a
lot,
dollar.
a lot of those folks out there, I forget how many thousands of volunteer hours we have out there every year.
But we all do it to raise money for the river parks.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
If you want to have all the cool stuff Tulsa has, that's how we do it.
Yeah, so Kevin, explain why the beers are $20 bucks, and why
Yeah.
the sausages are $18. Why was my bratwurst $15?
Yeah, we get that question a lot, and I just have to remind everybody that this is a nonprofit. We do it to raise money for the river parks. So if you enjoy all the cool trails we have, or you enjoy Turkey Mountain, stuff like that, that's where all this comes from. So all those
That's
$20
why.
beers go to help
What you
keep
should
that all
say
running.
is, why don't you go buy a beer at the BOK Center and then come back
Yeah.
and talk to me about this?
That's what I was just going to
because
say.
that's the price. I mean, things are, and you're bringing this giant festival out to kind of a park in West Tulsa, and they don't have beer if it just comes up off of taps off the ground, folks.
Right.
This stuff does cost money, but that's that's part of it. We're lucky here in Tulsa that we have a pretty good economy. Folks are doing good, and they do like to come out and do these things. One of the reasons that Tulsa music is so great is because the people that live here support it. They're not afraid to go out and spend a couple of dollars, see a band, have a good time, buy a $20 bratwurst sandwich. You will remember it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, speaking about Tulsa Sound, here on the Tulsa Sound podcast, each quarter, we like to ask
Each season.
we like to ask our guests what your definition of the Tulsa Sound is. What is your definition
Yes,
of
what is the Tulsa Sound? What does that mean
what
to
does
you?
that mean to you?
Well, I want to first thank you for having us be your fall guys.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Yeah, see what I did there?
Yeah.
You're not the only
Anything
comedian
I
in the
can
group.
do. Okay.
My own personal feeling about the Tulsa Sound is, and I've said this before when I've been asked, is it's a feeling. It's not necessarily one genre of music, because you go look at all the cool things we have here, from awesome DJs to rappers, bands like King Cabbage. You've got literal every kind of genre, but it's all Tulsa Sound,
Right.
Because it's a feel. It is a groove. It's just like I say, it's a
I
living,
call it
breathing
an
thing.
attitude.
Yeah, it's an attitude.
It's an
yeah.
attitude, and that is very true. We've asked this question to a lot of folks. Sometimes you get an answer that's kind of musical. Well, I think it's when the drummer plays a dotted, spotted 14th note, and but that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the fact is that more than anything else, because it is true, man. You can hear it, and I know that this last week we lost Dwight Twilley.
Yes,
and
we
I wanted
did.
to kind of make a little flag on that real quick, not to bring the show down, but Dwight was a guy who put the Tulsa Sound up in a big way back in the early 70s, and
Yeah.
guys like Tom Petty sort of have him to thank for that, I think.
Absolutely.
Big time.
Absolutely.
And so that's a really good observation. I think that is coming out to be one of the things that we all sort of agree on.
Mr. Eric, I really want to ask CR, what is the Tulsa Sound? What does that mean to you?
Well, for me, it's an amalgamation. Tulsa's kind of a unique place, in my opinion. I grew up originally in Mississippi, moved here when I was a kid. And so I've always noticed that Tulsa is this interesting anomaly. Same with the weather here. If you look at the weather in Tulsa, we get the cold that comes across and dips right in the middle of the country. We get the heat that comes up and spikes right in the middle of the country. We get I think the only thing we're missing now is a volcano, and we would have every natural disaster.
Shut up.
Elon Musk is working on that volcano for northeast
We do
Oklahoma.
not want a volcano in Oklahoma.
But in the same way, Oklahoma, if you ask people, Oklahoma's sometimes part of the South, sometimes part of the Southwest.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes part of the Midwest. And I think our sound is kind of the same way. Yeah. We have portions of a little bit of everything. Count Basie's from here, the Gap Band's from here, Leon Russell's from here. All of this, and a lot of country artists, and a lot of artists that played with a lot of people that people don't even know. Mm-hmm. And all of that kind of swirls around right here in Tulsa and makes this interesting place where you hear King Cabbage, they do something very different than Jacob Tovar does, but there's something...
Charlie Red.
Yeah,
Even.
Yeah.
But there's something about both of them that you hear and feel Tulsa in it.
Absolutely.
And then you listen to Wanda Jackson, and it's like, well, there it is.
Wanda Watson.
Yeah.
Yeah, or Wanda Watson.
But
Wanda Watson, incredible. Go see her.
mentioning that you're from
Wanda Jackson
Mississippi,
was just admitted into the Oklahoma Hall of Fame.
and I've heard you say this before, but being from Mississippi, you feel like Tulsa's a crossroads, which is, you
Yeah.
talk about the crossroads of the blues and all
Because
that.
I went
But
down to
Tulsa
the
is.
crossroads.
Yeah,
It is kind of the
It
Just
is.
to catch
it's
a
kind
We
of a-
are.
I mean-
I feel that Tulsa's a blues town with a red dirt soul.
I agree.
I would.
How about that,
Yeah.
guys?
I would.
Is
I
that-
like that as a logo. That
And you
is a very
guys
good
are red
logo.
dirt artists.
We are.
Yeah.
So
We are.
who are some
Proudly.
of your influences?
I'd be. Probably the biggest one from here would be Brandon Jenkins.
Man, you sound a lot like him.
It is not by design, I assure you.
And I want to say this. I've seen others doing some of Brandon's songs. Not near enough of you are doing them. The guy left behind 25 albums worth of material. Guys, pick
Spectacular
up some of
material.
Brandon's songs and include them in your set.
For sure.
This man can do Brandon Jenkins covers and pull them off, and that's not an easy thing. That's not an easy thing. Brandon had a golden voice. The guy could sing the phone book. He could. He could sing the phone book. But when I saw Kevin sing, the thought came to mind, he could cover some of Brandon's songs. And that's not to put you on the spot or any pressure
Even though
like
it
that.
does.
But you have the gift of your tone is in the same range as Brandon's. And so when he could possibly cover one of Brandon's songs, it really lend itself well to that. Not to put ideas into your head or anything like that. I just want to pay you that compliment.
Thank you.
Brandon and I were friends for 28 years, and I miss him every day. You know, but when I heard your voice, and this is something I wanted to tell you in private, but here we are. You could do some of those songs. You guys, man, I really would like some of the Red Dirt artists to start including more Brandon Jenkins in their set.
We do
Guys.
occasionally.
We do several of his.
So, my father-in-law who passed, he was from Sand Springs. So every time he would come to a show, I made sure to include Sand Springs line in
Now,
there.
our own Cabe
You
worked
know.
with Brandon Jenkins on a record, and
Yes.
so it's deep in the blood of our crew here.
Yeah.
It's in our hearts and souls. And we miss Brandon every day. We
Absolutely.
really
Some of the
do.
others, though, I mean, obviously Tom Skinner,
Yeah.
Bob Childers, Mike McClure.
Yes,
I mean,
Mike McClure's a
guys
hell
like
of an
that.
artist.
But you talk about my voice, and I can tell you a guy that is a local guy that had a big influence on how I project my voice was Ronnie Dunn.
Oh,
from
man.
Brooks
Oh,
and
Ronnie,
Dunn.
house
Yep.
painter.
And he has a very unique way of projecting his voice, and I grew up listening to guys like Vern Gosden,
Silver Dollar Ballroom.
stuff like that.
Ronnie
So that's where I learned to kind of project my voice. And I think that's why it comes across very similar to maybe how those guys do it.
Yeah,
or
Brandon had the great ability to project his voice. He used his vocal instrument, and I felt that when I listened to you
So
sing.
you
Thank
got a
you,
kind of
thank
a
you.
Barry Hill shirk kind of thing.
Exactly.
So you're a little bit more over on Lutzy's side. Yeah. I was over here in Lutzy the other day. We were taking some washing machines off a train. And, well, anyway, enough of that. Well, hey, so tell us about any upcoming stuff you've got
Yes,
real
you
quick
guys
while we got a
have some
couple
show,
of minutes.
a show
Yeah.
coming up at the Shrine.
We do.
Here we go.
November 25th, we're going to be at the Shrine, 18th in Boston, with a real cool band out of Springfield, Missouri called the Dan Conklin Band.
Okay.
I've done a lot of shows with Dan, the lead singer. We have a little, I don't know what you want to call it, a trio, if you will, that I'll go up to Missouri and travel around with
Oh,
these
that's
guys
sweet.
called the
Yeah.
Tri-County Troubadours.
All right.
And so
like
this
that.
will be our first time to get them down here and have our band and his band.
Well, that'll
And
be great. So this will be their first time in Tulsa.
first time in Tulsa for
So
them.
people need to get
November
out and see this.
25th?
Yes.
that's the
November
Saturday
25th.
after Thanksgiving.
Saturday after
Oh.
Thanksgiving at the Shrine. Come see
Let
Donnie
me tell you
Rich. Come
guys,
see
that
Jeremiah
Thanksgiving
Kirby.
weekend, it's a great one.
It is.
We used to play gigs. We would actually do a Thanksgiving night.
That's because everybody's home for the holidays.
That's right.
Right.
They're,
And
they're
and
sick of their
sick
family and they
sitting
want to
there
go
with
out.
their parents,
Right.
with their drunk uncle.
It's the
with
busiest
the
bar
kids.
night of the year.
That's right.
And they're like, let's go get drunk out there and listen to some music.
That's the way to do
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
And then
That ought to be a super gig.
I think after that we got December 8th. We'll be up in Bartlesville opening the new casino for Osage.
Oh,
Hey.
Up there,
casino
which will be
action. Casino, folks.
Be a lot
Right.
of fun. We that's always kind of a neat one because you don't expect a whole lot of crowd like music friendly crowd, but boy they come out and support live music up there. Which
They
is
really
cool.
do.
They ain't got much to do up there, you know.
Well, I would
Well, yeah.
imagine they draw from every little town around Bartlesville.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
no,
Those are gonna be your
seriously,
music fans.
Well, and you'd be surprised because with the Phillips folks areas, there's a lot of people that are up there, and they have to come to Tulsa for a lot of their entertainment. So when they get something good up there, they really fall behind.
Casino gigs are weird because a lot of times you go play them and you're just background noise.
Right.
It's just people passing through. That one, I'll say, the people come out and they stay and they really
They're
sit
there
there
to
and
see
watch.
you.
They're there to see the band.
That is
Yeah.
great.
I would
that's
say
the
that
other
is
thing.
that is true about both of our Osage gigs.
Yeah.
The Osage here in Tulsa is the same way. We have folks that come out and are just there for the entire set.
Well, that is.
We have one young lady who cracks me up.
Uh-oh.
She comes out with her granddaughter, and she usually is either in a walker or a wheelchair.
I just love you, boys.
And she asks
Let's
Kevin
rock.
every time to sing Tennessee Whiskey.
Oh man.
Hey, Tennessee
And-
whiskey, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
In fact, one time we were playing, and the granddaughter walked in with her significant other.
Yeah.
And we didn't see Grandma.
Uh-oh.
And so we're looking around, and all of a sudden the granddaughter holds up her phone and shakes it, and we can see that Grandma's on the
FaceTiming
phone.
her.
All right.
She was too ill to make it out to the casino that night.
Poor
so,
Granny.
But Granny wanted to hear Tennessee Whiskey, and so
That's beautiful.
that's the only
that's
time I ever play that
great.
song, though. By the way, I don't. It's kind of like the wagon wheel
Chris
for me. I don't
Stapleton
ever
was
cover
in
it,
town this week.
Yeah.
Yes,
he
he
was
was.
just at the BOK
Yeah.
Center.
Yep.
Well, it's good, when we hear of it, casinos are presenting entertainment like that. That's a good thing. Osage Casinos, you have the Tulsa Sound podcast seal of approval, and here's why. Because they're not just noise in the parking lot. They're not just a sound walking in. You're actually presenting it as entertainment, and that's what we like to see here at the Tulsa Sound podcast.
I think that goes specifically the Osage one. I think that's because of Johnny Bouchard, who runs all the entertainment out there. I mean,
Hats off to Johnny.
He is a true music guy, and I
Yeah.
think he gets it, and he is not afraid to bring in great artists to the big room, but he always tries to pair that up with like a local artist to complement that for the after party, which
That's
is
great.
awesome.
Spectacular
great.
of him, yes.
Yeah, and he's just on top of that, he's just a great guy. Worked with Chris Christopherson for
Oh boy.
eons.
A great advocate for the bands. Because
Always.
He does a great job of making sure we're taken care of with the equipment that's there and available and all of that.
And that's
not
another
every
way
place does that.
That you can support the Tulsa Sound musicians is through advocacy. Talk them
Yep.
up. You guys have events at your companies, at work, and
Church.
things like this. Church, community groups.
Neighborhood.
Consider hiring a local band.
I mean,
Right.
think about this, folks. Last week, I got to play a backyard concert. It was for a bunch of folks in a backyard, and it was really great. It was
Yeah.
really fun.
Susan Cram of Tulsa Tiny House Concerts
Tiny
has
House.
concerts at her house
That's
tiny.
monthly, and it's a wonderful event. Great
That's
stuff
awesome.
coming up.
I love
from
doing-
Susan out there.
Doing those local things like
She
that.
really
'cause-
puts on a spread too. It's a wonderful event. in
Yeah,
her
if they
house.
feed me, I'll be there.
Oh,
Right.
she feeds you.
I mean,
Yeah.
Hi, Susan.
that's some of the best chili I've had in ages.
We've done some great house shows. There was a couple out in Broken Arrow, Coweta, or not Coweta. Yeah, Coweta.
Yeah, it's cool.
Broken Arrow, Coweta area.
Something about Wagner.
They've had us
Right.
out several times, and we always love going there to play.
Porter.
Well,
It's
what's
always
crazy
a lot
is
of fun.
like this one in particular, it's been going on for years, and we never even heard about this thing. But then you get out there, and there's 150 people out there, and it's just one of these things that's been going on for years and
Yeah.
years, and somehow you got lucky enough to play it, and it's just neat that Tulsa has
House
so
parties.
many things like that.
House parties.
Yeah.
Gotta love them.
Played a house party one time for Gaylord Sartain's kids.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, back in the late 80s.
That's Mazeppa, folks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that
Mazeppa,
was
folks. And it was cool. He was there. I don't think he liked what we were doing, but it's okay.
I had lunch with him a while back. He
Oh,
didn't
yeah?
know I was having lunch with him. We were just at the same place, and I looked over and saw him at the
I
table.
had lunch with Gaylord Sartain once too. We were at Ron's, and he was 4 stools down.
Yeah.
I was like,
But he was
"Oh,
there.
Gaylord's here. Gaylord's here.
Oh, wait a minute. You said it. Let's have a moment of silence for the original Rons. Okay. All right. Excellent.
Hey, it
We're
will
gonna
never
be-
taste the same without those cigarette ashes in it.
No, no,
Tell you
no.
what.
Well, we have a special here. Here's sometime in the next couple of months. We've got a very special activation at the site of the original Ron. So we have an art activation we're going to be doing over there with Tulsa Sound Podcast.
Oh, really?
And we also want to remind everybody to get out and support all the local shows. Shrine Mercury Lounge, where I've got my swag shirt from tonight, Mercury Lounge shirt.
All right.
And all the places in town. I don't want to pick on just one or the other, but I want to pick on all of them. Go out there, buy those drinks, see those bands, have a good time. That's what it's all about. Enjoy the thing that we have here in Tulsa that is our most precious civil
Export.
export.
There you go.
Which
Yeah.
is the
Precious civil
incredible
export.
music of this town and this city. I want to thank everybody for tuning in this quarter for the Oktoberfest
you.
special.
Appreciate you.
Kevin,
Thank
CR.
you,
Well,
CR.
Thank you guys so much.
Major, Captain.
Doctor.
Okay, so folks, this has been the Tulsa Sound Podcast.